Morning, Steve here in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Well, we survived yesterday's election, and most of the guesses before the election came true in that the Democrats took over the House, Republicans retained the Senate, and now we have to see kind of what happens in a divided Congress down the road. Some people think that because the Senate is in place with the Republicans, that the tax cuts that were done will stay in place. They also are looking to see if the Congress can compromise on a new infrastructure bill and maybe a new middle-class tax cut in January. So we'll see if they can figure that out. It would be tough for new congressmen to go against a middle-class tax cut, but we'll kind of see what happens. Some people feel that the divided Congress could actually begin to slow the U.S. economy, and we'll see if that has the impact on 2009 Fed action and whether they actually do not increase rates as much as people had anticipated. We also will be watching pretty closely the U.S. and China trade deal and China's take on this. You know, do they continue to talk a possible deal by the end of November, or will it take more time into 2019 to come up with a deal? Split opinions on what the Chinese are going to look at this. They may think that the president has less power now to push for the tariffs. Other people think that their economy has slowed so much that they need a deal. We also noted that now we switch, as far as the grains are concerned, to Thursday's crop report. And the big things there, number one, will they lower the U.S. crop? And number two, will they lower import demand into China for all beans? There was a report out yesterday that Brazil is going to increase their guess on this year's exports of beans to a record 79 million tons from an estimate in October of 77. And they guess that next year they'll do 74 million tons of beans versus their previous guess of 72. They also, with this much exports, they don't know what kind of crop size they're going to have, but they could see a little bit less meal and oil exports because of the higher bean exports. We also note from a weather standpoint that U.S. forecast is going to see some hit or miss snow over the next couple of days, especially in the western Midwest. And then next week we should be drier and warmer. Brazil has got some hit or miss showers of 6 to 10 days, calls for soaking rains across 85% of the area. Argentina is dry for the rest of the week, but a strong system brings moderate to heavy rains over the weekend and early next week. Funds yesterday, they were sellers of beans, corn. They bought meal, oil, and wheat. Continue to be short about 40,000 beans, long 45,000 corn, and short about 30,000 wheat. We are seeing open interest beginning to decline in the December contracts as we get closer to first notice day at the end of the month. We do note that cash basis levels domestically are beginning to firm, especially in the beans, but also in the domestic corn market. So again, not much change overnight in prices in the grains. We're watching the USDA report on Thursday. Outside markets will be trying to digest the results of the U.S. midterm elections. As always, these are my thoughts and not those of ADM or ADM Investor Services, and have a safe and profitable trading day.